This is Craig Elliott, and this is going to be part 4 of the build and animate the Run DMC logo. So we've built the logo, now we're going to animate it. Now I'm going to animate this in some very simple ways first, and we'll then animate it in different ways. So the first way we're going to do that is by playing with just quite simply the duration, and some of these layers start at different points. Now if we have a look at the timeline, you can see that all of the layers start at 0 and go right through for 10 seconds. So if I want to have the different layers coming in at different points, I can do what is called trimming the layers. Now I can do that very, very easily. So this is without keyframes. So this is just quite simply positioning and changing the duration on the timeline. So what I will do is I want everything to start half a second in. So I'm going to have half a second of black before the animation starts. So what I will do is I'm going to move to half a second. Now remember, we've got 25 frames per second, so half of that is, well, half of it is 12.5, but we can't have half frames, so we're going to make it 12 frames. So if I come over to my timeline counter, triple click into that, type 12, hit the tab key, and now this marker has moved exactly to 12. Now, a very handy hint, this is the best way of moving this timeline marker. Quite often we are putting keyframes at places and we do need to be exact. Okay, so very important. Now, I'll highlight all of those frames, and I could just get some scissors and chop it, which is what I'm going to do, except with keyboard shortcuts. So if I hold down the Option key, and I'm going to use the left bracket, so the key just to the right of the P key, left bracket, and all of those have been trimmed. Okay, now what I want is I want the word run to be there first. I might just move the stroke top right to the bottom. And so what I'll do is I'll make the word DMC come in half a second later. So that's 100, 1 second here. Now notice this is the only layer highlighted. Option left key, and let's make these strokes come in at the 2 second mark. Okay, so triple click, 200, highlight both of those, option left bracket, and there we go, Run DMC. So very, very straightforward animation. Now, if I wanted to, I can actually stretch these. So let's say I wanted it to come to 1.5 seconds. You can see I've got these two layers highlighted. Hold the Shift key down. Now, I'm going to hold the Shift key, and I've now lengthened the actual timeline just by dragging it. And by holding down the Shift key, it snaps to the marker. So that's again another handy hint in terms of positioning. So I'm just going to hit the spacebar to play the preview, and in its very, very simple fashion I have made some animation purely based on the different layers starting at different points. Okay, so we'll go another way, a little bit more complex, in the next video.